everybody, Matt here from Matt Likes Comics, and tonight I've brought my good friend Comic Mike along. Everybody knows the amount of mics there are on comic book YouTube. Everybody's going to end up with a nickname at some point. I guess I got lucky that there's not a lot of Matts. Well, there are, but they all have names that are not Matt. So when I say Matt Likes Comics, it's not confusing to a lot of other people, I think. However, Mike, it's good to have you here tonight. How you been?
Oh, well, thanks for having me on again. I've been doing great, collecting books, building a comic room, keeping myself busy.
Well, I have to admit, I'm very, very proud of you. And not in a condescending way, of course. I am proud to say, because I was your #1 subscriber, and I see now you're over 400 subscribers, which tells me that you have really made a big dent and you made a huge impact so far compared to size on the comic book community. And you need to be praised for it, because I personally find that you've done a great job in finding the amazing books. You've done a wonderful job with your research behind the books and stuff like that. There are videos you've done that's given me a run for my money. You should be the most informative at times. So what have you been up to lately, Mike?
Well, lately I've been, buying my usual things that I want. Every week I always have new books coming in. The building of the comic room is something that I started roughly like a month ago. It's been in the planning process for a long time. It's just that to find the proper time to start it, because what happens is that now I want to upgrade the quality of my videos. I need a proper computer. I need proper camera. But at the same time, I need a proper space. So now this room that I'm currently in is sort of like another room that we have extra in the basement, where it's storage. It's my wife's gym room, and like a little section here for me. But I can't store like my books behind me and anything, because this isn't really my room to do that. Right. So that's why I decided it's time to get to work on it. And if I started to do it now, at least I'll have it completed by the summer, so I don't have to waste the beautiful summer weekends doing that. And at the same time, like I said, I wanted to improve the quality of the videos I'm doing. And for that, I need better equipment. I've been doing this all this time, almost a year, I think 11 months. And I've been doing it with an iPhone 11, everything,
I use my Samsung 6A there for the filming of my regular videos. It's these live streams that I have a camera on my computer for, and
right,
make sure you have the lighting and all that other stuff. But yeah, I get what you're saying. The thing is, I personally don't find that your videos are of bad quality. I know you can always improve, but I've always thought that you've done a great job with what you have. You've been an instant hit on here, and I really appreciate that. Because you are, for one thing, I love when people, it's a personal thing. I love when people join the top 10 videos. They are a lot of fun for me, and I really hope that people and you've done them since day one, pretty much. And I'd love to see that.
I've missed a few weeks because if it's a topic that, let's say, I don't have the books, obviously I can't. But I would say the more or less I've been able to keep up with the top 10s, which I find are very fun.
Well, yeah, and honestly, Alan has allowed me on occasion to throw a topic in once in a while, so I'm very happy to do that. I was the one that picked the deaths, I admit, because everybody collects first issues and first appearances. I have this weird thing where I collect what I call last appearances, where, if a character dies, obviously it's comics, they all come back, but I like to collect those because they are keys, it's just a different type of key. And also it's a type of key that a lot of people are not collecting compared to first appearances. So I found it easier to find. Now,
I like that top 10. I showed some really nice books on that one.
Yes, I know. I agree.
I was okay with that one.
Yeah. So let's take a moment before we get too much further and say hi to everybody who decided to come in. We've got Kay Munin, who joined us at 10:30 in the morning this morning.
Hey, Kim Unit.
Hi, Kay Munin. I guess he's first. And we've got Lewis, who came in at 12:07 this afternoon. I think people are getting earlier and earlier.
I think now it's becoming a competition now.
He's even saying, in case my earlier comment gets deleted, I was first.
If I may interrupt 1 second,
Mhm.
I was first. I posted something last night saying, hey, Kim Yunin, I'm first this time.
Oh, it didn't last.
But it deleted, I think.
Oh, yeah.
But it's okay, Andreas. I'll give you this one. It's okay.
We've got the amazing and awesome Robbie Josephs.
Hey, Robbie.
Hi, Robbie. And Cor is joining us from Denmark. Hi, Cor.
Hi, how are you?
And let's see, Jeff Jack is here. Hi, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. That's true. For those that are still sober enough to join us, great to see you. And if you have to be drunk to join me too, great to see you also.
Okay.
You know,
Matt and I will be sober.
What's that?
Matt and I will be sober.
We'll be sober, but to be honest, it's not my holiday. So, and let's see here. Okay, Munin. Boy, there's a lot of conversations going on. Hi, Mark. Mark says she's with Archie's Comics is here. We've got more conversation going on. We've got Lau. Good to see you, Lau. Mikey D is here. Mike Dennis.
Mikey D.
Mr. McGroovy's here all the way from Scotland.
Paul, what are you doing up at this hour?
Yeah. Good. Thanks for coming. Lyle is here.
Hey,
Hi, Lyle. Let's see here. We've got one heck of a law. Oh, Madam is here. Hi, Madam.
Hi, Madam.
Good to see you, Stephanie. And we've got Nate from Hall Yeah Comics. Go check him out after our show tonight.
Hi, Nate.
Mike Pope is here. Hi, Mike.
The third mic, I think, or second or third mic.
This is a second Mike, I think. Chonko's not here yet. Mike Pope and Mike Dennis. Yes, you're right. Third Mike. We've got it. All right, so that's everybody in the chat right now. So, Mike, other than working on your comic book room, are you making wait, condition not considered is here before I get into my question. My question for you is, are you finding that it's very easy? Are you having a good getting your goals accomplished this year? Are you finding it easy to find the books you want?
Well, like you, at the beginning of this year, I made a video where I was doing like my New Year's resolutions and everything, where I said that I would focus more on specific titles that I was collecting. That lasted about an hour. And then I just started.
Exactly. For all that, I did a video on focusing your collection and all that, and I managed to stay with that for about 6 weeks.
So then, because what happens is that every week I look and I've always find something that I want. And you know what? I don't go out. I don't go to restaurants. I don't spend like money on clothes and cars and whatever, So I put money there. At least it's still there. If one day let's say I want to sell, I have my money back.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
But
or at least
in general, I'm enjoying myself. It's my hobby. It's my pastime.
I can't. Yeah, exactly. I cannot put in monetary quantification the absolute pure joy I've gotten just from reading the comics. I mean, to me, I don't care if the comic has cost me 50 cents or $50, just to have it and read it as long and I have it. I can read it again if I want. Obviously not the slab stuff, but you know what I mean. And to me, that's a big reason why I love comic books so much.
Well, it makes us happy. And there is one resolution, though, that I did say, and I am actually doing it. So it's not all like I reneged on it, and that is buying some CGC slabs or slab books. Because like up until like the end of 2025, I only had one slab. And now I found more opportunities where I found good deals on slabs, and I went for it. And so now I'm slowly starting to uh, build up my slab collection. I'm not
Hmm.
going hardcore into it. Let's say like Alan, where I'm getting all these pre-code horrors and
Hmm.
everything, because it's extremely costly. But if I find a certain book and I want it slabbed, I'm still a bit cheap. So I still always try and find the best deal.
Yeah.
Somebody that's been helping me on that is Robbie. So whenever
Right.
I see a CGC book that I really want and I find it's expensive, I message Robbie. I say, Robbie, what do you think of this? And right away, he's like, you will go like, you'll look up.
Yeah, I do
Yes,
the
yes,
same.
you're getting a good deal.
Yeah, I do the same with Alan, and on occasion I've done it with Robbie as well. But I mean, and Steven as well, because like there have been times where like in person, Alan and I will be at a Comic Con, and he'll say, "Don't pay that," or "This is a great deal. If you're going to buy that, buy this one."
Yeah.
Which is nice, which is a great resource to have. I mean, in terms of it's not. I mean, it helps. But the good thing about the internet we have is that we don't. It's not like when we were kids where we were pretty much limited to what our local comic shop had.
Or what the
In
comic
terms of
guide
fact,
said.
yeah. Or now we can look around and we can go everywhere from my comic shop to I can't. There we go. I found it to eBay to different stores, different like heritage auctions, if you want.
That's
It
right.
has never been for me. I can't believe it. It has never been so easy to find a book I'm looking for.
You
It
just
is
click a
never.
button and you can find it.
Yes, exactly. And if I'm willing to pay what I see, I can have it within a couple of weeks, depending on shipping. Right. So.
My two go-to guys when it comes to certain things is like when I'm buying slab books, I go to Robbie, and when I'm
Mhm.
trying to find like something weird and I don't know what it is, or I ask Lyle. Lyle's like,
Lyle knows everything.
he's my encyclopedia.
Yeah, Lyle, like it wouldn't surprise me if Lyle Hobson wins most informative this year. That guy,
He should. He
apart
should.
apart from the stuff, the amazing and by the way, Lyle's coming in. He's my guest next week. Lyle, it's a good thing he did a channel because it gives us an outlet for him to even give more knowledge to the comic collecting community.
Well,
That to me is the best thing about YouTube. It's all the knowledge that's out there.
if there's anybody who should have had a channel a long time ago, it is
It's
Lyle.
Lyle. Exactly.
The stuff that he shows, you don't see it anywhere. So,
do you know how hard I had to work on Lyle to get him to come on my channel?
well, now look at him now. Now he's a pro.
Exactly. Now he is, as his wife would say, someone who can't not be on camera.
Yeah, you get used to it. You get used to it.
Yeah, Lyle, you've done a great job, and you're very welcome.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Kay Moonen. I plan on pushing Lyle. I plan on pushing Mike here too, because Mike has done. Mike got himself some nominations last year, and I think you even had a finals appearance, right?
Like yeah, I think I was in the finals.
Yeah, which is absolutely fantastic for new channels. Nate was there too. He was in the final five his first year. Nate and I started literally around the same time, so it's kind of funny. How,
just being nominated and going to the finals for me, it's a win because, like I said, I just started. I'm just happy to have been nominated, and if now I would go up against Lyle, I would vote for Lyle.
Yeah. Hi, Doc. It's good to see you. Doc, by the way, will be on my show in 2 weeks.
Hi, Doc.
Man Cave Comics. He's got an amazing collection there.
Yeah, I've seen him a lot on Alan's. The Friday Hangout or the Biggie Shack.
Yeah, he's on Biggie Shack quite a bit.
Great stuff.
And yes, Man Cave, I like comics. And so why don't I make you big and we'll get into the comics you brought with us?
No problem. All right. So first, 2026, when the gates opened, I came out swinging. I bought a lot of bigger books than I normally would have bought in 2025, but I said, you know what, it's time to move up to the next level of certain books, and there was certain books that I just really wanted, and I was just holding, and the place that I do buy a lot of books, Capcan Comics, they every Christmas and every Canada Day they do a 20% off sale. So what I do is I wait for those 2 periods of the year, and I buy the bigger books because I get 20% off. So I'm gonna first start showing some of the big books that I got so far, and then I will be
Awesome.
showing a lot of books that I haven't shown on my channel yet because I'm still waiting for other books to create videos about them.
Very cool.
There is one book I would like to show first, and hold on, where is it? Did I lose it? Oh. All right, no, here it is. Okay, sorry. Here it is. This one here, I would like to thank Lyle for helping me locate this book and at an affordable price and from a seller in Canada. So now I can officially be part of the very elite group that owns a copy of Canoe Head.
Yes, good old Canoe Head. I know one guy in the crowd is not going to be happy about it, but everybody else is.
Because all the times I saw you guys talking about it, and I'm like, and then I mentioned it to Lyle. You know what? I still don't have a Canoe Head, and then he found one and he sent me the link.
Where did he find it?
It was from a seller in BC from eBay.
Nice, nice.
So at least I didn't pay a lot of shipping on that.
And here it is. Oh no, Mike, why?
Sorry. I tell you what, I'll tear up a Lois Lane comic to make it even. All right. So now we're going to go into some of the bigger books that I got. To me, anything over $100 is a big book. So
yeah.
This is
man. It's 50. To me, it's $50. Anything over 50 is
$100 Canadian is like $70 US or 60. Yeah. So this is Thrill Adventure, Man in Black, #1 from 1957.
Nice.
This isn't his first appearance, but it's his first solo. I believe it's his first solo title.
Mm-hmm.
This one didn't last that long. It only lasted 4 issues, and then after it came back in the 60s, and I also have that one there. Next, this one is one of my oldest books. This one is 1940. Hold on here a second. I believe it's 1945. Blackstone Master Magician Comics, Volume 1, #1.
Nice. And where did you get that from?
Capcan.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I have to check this Capcan out. I don't think I've ever been there.
It's a good site. The prices are fair.
Where are they? Are they the ones in Saskatchewan?
No, they're in Brampton, Ontario.
Okay. Because I've ordered from the guys in Saskatchewan a couple times, so I thought maybe I did.
Now, this one is based on a real-life magician, Harry Blackstone Sr. So this is actually based on a real person.
Very cool.
Next. I've always wanted to own a Shadow Comics from the Golden Age because I have the whole Shadow run of the Bronze Age, and I love the character. I love the movie that they did back in the 90s. It's just that I think that it wasn't the right time because no one knew who the Shadow was except for some comic collectors
and or pulp collectors,
right? Pulp collectors, too. Right? So this is Shadow Comics, Volume 9, #1, and this is from 1949.
Nice.
This one's really nice shape.
It does look really good.
It is. This is Volume 9 because every 12 issues, they would reset the number and it would be always Volume 2, Volume 3. So you could say that this is like the 9th year the comic was being published. You know, I don't know why they did that. Maybe by showing a #1.
That's because before comic books, the magazines use that format.
Okay.
And some of these companies that were primarily magazine companies use the volume month thing.
All right, so now this one is not a book I normally would buy, but it was in really nice shape, good price, and looked cool. This is from Marvel Comics, Millie's Red-Headed Rival, Chili #1.
Yes, Chili.
1969.
Beautiful cover.
Yeah.
I've seen that. Alan has that. That's a great book.
It's a nice high grade. So I figured, okay, you know what? I'm just buying the first issue anyway, so it's not like I'm collecting.
Well, I mean, honestly, the stories are probably the same. Millie, Chili, Willie, they're all probably the same.
They're all pretty much the same.
You know, they're all pretty much the same.
I am a #1 collector. I've mentioned it many times on my videos, but not every #1 I actually collect the series. Sometimes I just want the #1, and then that's as far as I go. Now, this is probably my oldest book to date. Also, the most expensive book I've ever bought. And this is The All New Adventures of the Face #1 from 1941 by Columbia Columbia. Sorry, my eyes are bad. A Columbia comic book.
Nice.
Yeah. This is really nice condition for the age that it's in. It's probably like they've graded it like a 6.5. I would agree it's in that condition. Probably this is one of those books that you could actually upgrade because of a lot of the white that maybe tanned a little bit, probably with a dry cleaning press. This would probably get higher.
But I'm sure somebody like Johnny or Jason could get that to look a little better.
But is it like right now, is it worth it for me to do it? I haven't decided. This one is, I would say, a similar origin story to Batman in the sense that instead of his family being murdered and him deciding to become like a masked hero, it was he witnessed. He's a radio host. He witnessed a murder, and that's what made him decide to become a you could say vigilante at the time with the mask.
Right.
When it started, he didn't start off with any kind of powers. I think later on in the years, he got some more powers. His first appearance, I believe, is in Big Shot Comics #1, I think from 1940. Yes,
Man Cave, as I pointed out, has said he's got some of the big shots with him in it.
Yeah. He started,
he
I
used
think it's
he
Big
used to
Shot
have them.
#1. Yeah. All right. So that was the biggest book. Now,
pretty damn good big book.
I'm going to show a couple of the slabs that I got that I already showed on my video, and then I'm going to show some slabs I didn't show yet. Now, as I explained before, the first slab that I had going into 2026 was Brother Power the Geek, #1.
Yes. You know, Alan was saying on his channel the other day that he didn't know who Brother Power the Geek was. And he saw like he was doing, I think it was one of his Wednesday videos where someone asked about all those short-term DC series. I would like him to read that because you know what? It is honestly not the best comic ever written, but not bad either.
It's just weird.
It's weird. Exactly. It is 1969. Slightly surreal as DC will go.
Yeah. So that was the only slab that I had up until 2026. So then I started to buy a few, and one that I always wanted, and that's DC Comics Presents 26, first appearance of the New Teen Titans.
Yeah, it's a good thing the New Teen Titans in there because the Green Lantern story is dull.
I haven't read this one now because it's in slab, so I don't know. Now,
well, the New Titans book, the 16-page thing, if you ever do get a chance to read it, it's good. It's really good.
Well, what got me into the Teen Titans was actually the TV show, the HBO show. I started to watch it and I liked it, and because I was never buying Teen Titans before, and I decided, hey, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna pick that up. So that's
Mike. I have to leave for a second. My camera seems to are playing tricks on me, so I'll be right back.
Okay. Do I continue?
You continue.
All right. Next, I decided to get the big brother of that book. So I decided to get the Brave and the Bold 54, and that's the first appearance of the Teen Titans. in a 6.5. And this is origin and first appearance of the Teen Titans. Robin, Kid Flash, Aqualad, and there's a Batman and Flash and Aquaman appearance. They're not named the Teen Titans yet,
No.
but they consider this the first appearance. So this is another expensive book that I picked up.
Very cool book too.
And this
We
was
got a
also,
question for you.
I ran it through Robbie before I picked that up.
We have a question for you. Lyle wants to know if that
Next.
DC was a Whitman.
I bought this because it just looked so cool.
Lyle wanted to know if that
And
DC
this
was a
is
Whitman.
Ghost Town that came to life. No number. This is a comic giveaway. And it's so when I first saw this book, I thought it was like zombie or something sci-fi, but then it turns out it's about electricity. But
Cool.
it's fine with me because it's a 9.0 and it's a 1955 book. So getting a 1955 book and a 9.0, to me, that's more than great.
We have just a second here. We have a new member.
The next slab.
Thank you. Can you
This
hear
is
me, Mike?
Blockbusters
Mike.
from Oil from 1942.
Mike, can you
Ray
hear
Bailey
me?
cover.
Mike,
everything
can
all
you
right,
hear
Matt?
me?
I
Can
can't
you
hear
hear
you,
me?
Matt.
You can't hear me. Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. And my crowd, can you hear me?
Does the chat hear me?
Does the chat hear? Does the chat? Okay, chat. Can you hear me or Mike? Okay, I don't think anybody's hearing me. I'll be right back. You keep going. Oh nope, they're saying we hear both of you, but you can't hear me. Maybe you need to leave and come back.
Do I go out, come back?
Yes, go out, come back. Yes.
Okay.
In the meantime, while Mike's doing that, showing the membership, thank you very much, Doc, for joining the channel. I announced this week on my membership channel that I am going to start having
You hear me?
giveaways every couple months. I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
I'm going to be having giveaways every 2 months for members of the channel. So if you join up as a member of the channel, Mike here is a member, and now Doc is a member. You will automatically qualify for the bi-monthly giveaways that I'm going to do. All right. Now that we've had the technical issues dealt with, you couldn't hear, but Lyle had a question. He wanted to know if that DC book was a Whitman.
No, it's not a Whitman. Which
Okay.
DC book? The detective, the Brave and the Bold?
I think it was before that because he asked it while I was gone and came back.
Okay, you're talking about DC Comics Presents?
Yes, I think that's what he was saying.
This is not a Whitman.
Okay.
That would be even more expensive.
Yes, that would be true. And I'm not even sure. Is there a Whitman variant of that one?
I don't think I've never
I
seen
don't think
one.
that's one of them, but I could be wrong. I'll have to check that myself. All right, we'll put you back big and we'll keep going.
All right, I'm going to continue with the book that. So this is Blockbusters from Oil from 1942, another promotional giveaway by Ray Bailey. This is basically the history of oil and how it goes from the refineries and who's involved all the way till making them the bombs and everything so that they can bomb the crap out of everybody. And that's 7.0 for a 1942 book. That's pretty good.
I'm going to bring Stauffer said, Jeff, Whitmans are more expensive because they're rarer. The Whitmans back then were only available in the little packs that you bought where there were 3 comics in and you get a gold key book and a Marvel book and a DC book. But back then there was a period during the early 80s, late 70s that the books that DC put in those were marked with a W for Whitman instead of DC.
And if you're able to get a Whitman 3-pack with a major key inside still wrapped, it's even worth more.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's still in the original shrink wrap.
I saw one of the ones with, and this one I know for sure is Whitman, the Action Comics 484, which was the marriage of Superman on Earth 2 to Lois. I've seen that one for $1,000.
Oh, I wouldn't
in
doubt
the
it.
bag. So
So next, another slab. This is a CBCS. This is Tex Morgan #1 from 1948, timely. Cover Sid Shores and art Bill Wash and Chu Hing. First appearance of Tex Morgan, Lobo, and Lightning in a 3.5. But this one actually looks a lot nicer than a 3.5. So there could be maybe something on the inside, but they don't specify.
very
And
cool.
this, I paid it under $100. So I said, you know what? It's for that price, I'm definitely going to buy it. I mean, Westerns aren't the most hot books, but sometimes I do like to pick a few up.
One of the things I like about Westerns is that they're cheap because they're not so popular.
That's true. Okay, now I'm going to go into some of the new ones that I haven't shown on my channel yet.
Awesome.
I just recently got this last week. This is a House of Mystery 290. First appearance of I, Vampire.
Very cool.
I always wanted this book. I had it in my previous collection. But when I had it back in the 80s, it was a dollar bin book.
Mm-hmm.
And when I started to look at it now to buy it, it's pretty expensive and a high grade. So I settled for a like 6.0 kind of range,
Right.
which I am okay with. Then Grimm Ghost Stories #1, Gold Key.
Very cool.
This great George Wilson cover.
Yeah, I have about half that series, but I don't have that book.
Speaking of George Wilson, something that I just picked up that I wanted to show. On Saturday, I did a video on some hardcover books that I just bought.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay. There was one that I didn't show because I was saving it for this show.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best one for me, in my opinion.
All right.
And because I love George Wilson art, if you're a collector of Dell or Gold Key, 60s, 70s, most likely you've bought in his artwork. So
Yeah,
I was able to.
I think he did almost half of them, eh?
He did, yeah, he did quite a few.
Yeah.
He did quite a few. So I bought a hardcover book, The Art of George Wilson.
Oh, that's a beaut.
And it's fantastic quality, brand new from late 2025. And inside, it shows so many pictures of his artwork. Amazing covers that he's done, and there's so many. I bought this for two reasons. One, because I wanted to look at it. Two, I wanted a reference to buy certain books. And this one that's right on the cover is one that I've been eyeballing for a long time because I collect skull covers.
Yes.
And I was able to pick one up.
Nice.
This is a very expensive book.
Yes, I would imagine that's got to be one of his best covers, period. I mean, it made the cover of the book about his cover. So
in a high grade, I've seen it going for 400, 500 in a very high grade. So I settled for a mid grade because it's very presentable. I'm happy with it. So that's the way it is.
It is pretty cool.
And I look forward to getting more books from this in this book and add to my George Wilson collection. I have a skull collection, a George Wilson collection. I'm having too many collections.
It's kind of funny when you talk about that. How do you decide which book goes to which collection when there are more than one like that?
Well, I would say, well, if it looks more skull, it goes in skull. If it then I'm gonna have to create a subcategory of the
Is that how you organize your books?
a little bit, yeah. I'm a bit I'm very disorganized in real life, but my comics are very organized. Now this next one I'm gonna show, I want to do like a little trivia game to see if people or you can guess.
All
So
right.
I'm gonna give you a hint.
I'll let the chat guess first.
Yeah.
Oh, I know who that
It's
is.
really easy.
I know. Chad, who said that in the 1970s and in the early part of the 80s? I think there we go. K Munin says Fonz. There we go. He's got it right.
Yes, but what's the name of the book?
Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday,
That's right.
Wednesdays, happy days.
So I picked up a really nice copy of Happy Days #1 from Gold Key,
Nice.
from 1979. The photo cover, but inside that it's actually it's drawn really well. Bill Williamson interior art.
Yeah.
One of my favorite shows from the 70s and the 80s.
I liked it a lot until Richie left.
Exactly, from my way of saying it. Until Richie left, it was my favorite show. And then after that, it just dragged on.
I mean, I didn't care about Joni and Chachi together too much. I didn't
Sorry,
watch Joni
Chachi.
Loves Chachis. Second, Louis wants to know before or after the shark jump.
Which season was the shark jump? No, Richie
I think
was
it was
there.
in the middle. I think it was like season 5.
Richie was still there, I think, because I think
Yeah.
Richie, Ralph, and
Potsy.
Poncho. What's his name?
Potsy.
Potsy. Yeah. All right. Next are 2 books from the Archie series, but they're not Archie comics. First one, The Adventures of the Jaguar, 1961. I believe this is his origin and first appearance.
That should be. I don't remember the.
If I'm wrong,
Jaguar was 1960s. He wasn't in the original batch.
So if I'm wrong, correct me. Next, Adventures of the Dover Boys.
Oh wow, that's a blast from the past. The Dover Boys.
1950.
Yeah, holy smokes.
So basically, it's the Hardy Boys, but with fighting.
Yes.
That too, if you're getting in a really high grade, it does go up a bit in price. That.
Did you know that the guy who wrote the first 18 or 20 books of the Hardy Boys series was a guy by the name of Leslie McFarlane, who was Canadian, and his son Brian McFarlane was on Hockey Night in Canada?
Oh no, I did not know that. Was Hardy Boys a Canadian show, or was it?
No, Hardy Boys was not a Canadian book series, but the guy who was the author for it did overall. He did the first 20, and then about 4 or 5 after that. He was like the name Franklin Dixon was used no matter who was the author. It was just the name, but it's pretty cool that the original writer for the books was a Canadian.
So now, getting close to Easter, it starts to make me feel a little bit more holy. So I decided to get a holy book. So I got the King of Kings, the Bible in pictures.
Oh, very cool.
Really cool cover.
When you said a holy book, I thought you were going to show a book with a hole in it.
When I saw it, I'd never seen this before. So I said, I got to pick this up. Really, really not expensive. Really good looking cover. It's not about Jesus or like all. It's basically picture stories from Genesis, the book of Genesis, all the way to the book of Revelation.
Right.
Probably if I would have got this when I was a kid, I would have listened more in religion class.
Mm.
But
some people take whatever happens in Genesis literally, but I'm still a big Phil Collins fan anyway.
Well, I'm not religious, but I bought the book anyways because it just looked really good. And I flipped through the pages and the art is really good, but I cannot find who did the artwork. The only thing I found is it's made by Jack Chick from Chick Publications.
Oh yes, that's the guys. That's the one of the religious people. Like Jack Chick was the ones that put out the book against comic books, that they were the devil or whatever back in the early 80s, I think.
Yes, it was all religious stuff, but they don't specify who did the artwork, because whoever did the artwork inside, really, really good.
Thank you, Tan,
Next,
by the way.
this is a book that I used to have, and I'm happy I have it again. This was one that I bought off the rack when it came out, and it was one of the comics that shocked me, and that is The Killing Joke.
Yeah, that when that first came out in the '88, I bought it then too.
Yeah.
It surprised me how good that was. I mean, I didn't realize that, like Alan Moore is good, but I didn't clue in because I was a 15, 16-year-old little bum who didn't know that sort of thing. But yeah.
Well, this is like, to me, one of Brian Boland's best Joker work. And when I read it and Barbara got shot,
Yes,
I didn't think that they would have kept it that way. Because back then, what they would do in the 80s is, if you remember, there would always been like trade paperbacks, but it wasn't in continuity with the
exactly.
comics.
But they did it. But the thing was that they were retiring Batgirl. The Batgirl special of 1988 was her last adventure before that, and that was considered to be the send-off for the character. She wasn't going to be used in post-crisis, so they were getting rid of her that way.
Right.
And that is just great.
And I think that if they would have done a vote for this, the way they did the vote for Death of Robin, she would have never got shot.
I would agree with that too.
Yeah, because she was very popular. So next, another book that I used to have, and now I have it again, and I'm happy to have it. And that is Wonder Woman #1 from 1987, Perez.
Nice. George Perez.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought that one too. I love that book. That's actually a good one. Well, if you haven't read it yet, read it. It's a good story.
I read it back in '87. I don't remember it, so now I have to read it again. But that was one because at the time when they were rebooting all the series, I wanted all the first issues.
Yeah.
So I'm almost finished all the first issues. I think I'm missing maybe one.
Well,
I'm not sure.
The first book considered post-crisis Batman is Batman 404. If you don't have that.
No, I don't have that yet.
No, but that's considered the first post-crisis Batman book. So
yeah, but 408 is considered the new first issue because it's the new adventures.
Mm-hmm.
So even though, so you consider 408 the first issue. Yeah,
well, the thing is, I think 404 started year one, and I think that's why.
That was year one, yes. 404 to 404 to 407.
Yeah.
All right, next, another gold key, and I just showed a magazine a couple of videos ago, and this is Doc Savage #1.
Nice.
From 1966. Another great cover. This isn't a George Wilson cover, but it's still nice anyways.
It is a good one, and that's the thing. There was a I want to say he's Puerto Rican, but I'm not sure. He's definitely got a Spanish name. He practically did all the covers that he didn't do.
But I could be wrong because when I looked up who did the cover, I got a lot of question marks, so I couldn't really find who did it. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure. Somebody knows. Correct. Now we're gonna end with some more slabs that I got that I haven't shown yet.
Awesome.
First one, Destroyer Duck #1, the lawsuit issue.
Destroyer Duck. Very cool.
Know about that one?
No, I don't know anything about it. I just know the name.
Okay, it's called the lawsuit issue. It's also the first appearance of Gru the Wanderer.
Okay, that's the big one. That's the big key.
And Jack Kirby and Neil Adams cover, which is rare that you see both of them collaborating on a cover.
Yes.
And I got a little history on that. At the height of the legal battles, Steve Gerber and Jack Kirby teamed up for this benefit comic book because they were suing Marvel. And they needed funds to continue the lawsuit. So they put out this book to fund some legal costs.
Thank you, Jeff.
They created the character of the gunslinging duck seeking revenge against an evil mega corporation.
Nice. The evil mega corporation.
Yeah, so that would be, they're talking about probably Stan Lee and Marvel. And the people that donated art and stories to this book are Mark Evanier, Dan Spiegel, Scott Shaw, Alfred Alcala, Joe Staten, Martin Pasco. So this book is a key, but has a lot of importance in the sense.
Yeah.
So, and I bought it. I think I paid $80 Canadian for a 9.2.
That's a pretty good. That's a good deal for the first group. Damn it.
I could have got a 9.6 for $60 or $70 more. And I says, why? And the 9.2 is great for me.
Very cool.
Next, I have this book raw, but when I saw it at a good price in Slab, I decided to get it. And that is Spidey Super Stories #1 and a 7.5.
Is that the one based off the Electric Company?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And the funny thing is that I paid the mid-grade copy of this with the shipping probably costed me $50 or $60 Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
And I got this for $60 Canadian shipped.
Nice.
So I'm happy to have that one. And it's a nicer condition than my raw.
One of these days, we should put a currency converter on the channel, just so people know, US this.
Yeah. Basically, when we say Canadian, it means your price is cheaper.
Yes, exactly.
Next, I got this little grail. It's called Al Caps Shmoo Comics #1.
Oh, the Shmoo. Yes,
And
out
this-
of Little Abner.
This is a low grade, obviously 1.5, off-white to white pages from Toby Press, 1949. It does have a lot of spine damage, but it's very presentable.
Do you remember the Shmoo cartoon they tried to do?
I vaguely remember it, but that's what got me when I saw Shmoo. I knew it from somewhere. I paid this, shipping included, $50 Canadian.
Nice.
So that would be around $35 American, which is, I think, a cost of a slab. If you're around, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not sure. I've never sent a book to be slabbed, so I have no idea the cost. Next, got to show some Batman.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of my favorite covers of the late 60s. So that's why I specifically bought this one slabbed. And that is Batman 200, the anniversary issue. Neil Adams cover.
Neil Adams, awesome pink cover. Awesome.
Yeah. So this is one that I want slabbed because I of the anniversary. And I'm surprised that Superman 200, there wasn't an anniversary issue. Flash 200 wasn't an anniversary issue.
Superman 200 came out and I don't think they were doing that sort of thing. But see, part of it too, when 1968, that's why Superman's came out in 67. Batman had the TV show when 200 came out.
That's right. That's right.
So they were pushing a little more. Superman's 200th issue is kind of neat because it's a imaginary story. And in the end, Clark Kent ends up being in Montreal instead of Metropolis.
So this, I got a 6.0. I didn't go really high grade because I didn't want to break the bank. So I figured this is a nice copy. And you know what? I paid a good price on the slab. Now the final two. This one I got to CBCS. This is one that I used to have. Now I'm happy to have it back. And that is Superman 199, the first race.
Ah, yes. Probably one of my favorite books of all time.
Yeah. And a 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this one has slight restoration. It has amateur restoration, includes small amount of color touch on the cover. I could live with that.
I
Because
could live with that too.
when you actually see the cover, it looks like a 7.5.
Yeah. My
But-
current copy was sent to me as an AOK by Steven, and I sent my old copy to Biggie Shack because he was looking for the book too. So
Now, what I'm contemplating now, which I don't know yet, is do I get the rest of the races slabbed? I might.
well, the first four are very are kind of worth it.
No, only the first four, like the Flash and the World's Finest, the 2 issues.
Yeah.
To me, that's the race. Anything after
Okay.
that, it's not.
Yeah, I know, because it was Wally West in
Okay.
but DC Comics Presents 1 was also a race.
Was it a race? I mean, they call
Well,
it
it's sort of a race, but I mean, like some people call that the 5th race. So
the
I mean,
5th race, but I never considered it the 5th race. I
Mhm.
already own a high grade copy, so I'm not gonna invest unless I pick up a slab copy in a high grade for $50. I won't buy it.
mhm.
And last one, this is a personal grail. As people know, if they watch my channel, the Joker is my favorite villain. As you can see on the wall, I have a lot of Joker. My second favorite villain is Darkseid. So I always wanted the first appearance, so I finally was able to get one at a really low price.
Right.
And that is, I mean, the price did come down also because after the bombing of the movie, it did get a hit in the price.
Yeah.
But I always thought it was undervalued to begin with. So I got a 4.5, which it still looks great.
Nice.
The biggest flaw on this book is the discoloration right here.
Mhm.
But I'm okay with it. That's why I bought it. And I bought this and I paid it $80 Canadian, which would be
Whoa.
$60
That is
American.
That is a book that I'm actively looking for right now.
So
And
for that price,
for that
I don't
price?
mind.
wow.
Eventually, if I do find an upgrade for a very good price, I will buy the upgrade. And I'll give you this one, Matt. But the book actually looks fantastic.
Mhm.
Probably, I don't know how much they would deduct for that discoloration here.
Mhm.
Or maybe Jason knows what would be like a deduction of that, like a
Mhm.
fading of this, like probably got a shot of sunlight right over here.
Yeah, most likely. Some people like I'm in a corner, so there's no window light gets here. But
Yeah.
some other people like there's a window, but it's further down the wall. But I'm sure other people, they don't notice that, and they put the stuff on the wall. I mean,
But this one, it's looked like just that top left corner got a bit of the sunlight.
Mhm.
But the rest, it looks really, really great, very presentable. And like
Mhm.
I said, for the price that I paid it, even if I would have bought a raw copy around the same grade. So, and probably
Yeah.
even more, depending. So I'm happy with the purchase. And that's what's the most important thing because I bought it.
That
I'm
is
happy.
the biggest important thing.
Yeah.
Mike, thanks for coming tonight. I've
No
had a
problem.
blast. This has been great. Before I forget, I want to thank Tan for the super chat, and I want to thank Doc for becoming a member tonight. I didn't get to finish earlier about the membership. Not only am I going to give the giveaway, but the more members there are, the bigger the giveaway is going to be each month. Because my membership is not for me to make money. It's to promote the channel a little bit, get people in, and I give extra videos. But also, if you're a member of the channel, you get to tell me, and I believe you did once, you get to tell me what
Yes, I
you'd like
did.
to see on my channel,
I did
what
do that.
kind
Yes.
of topics you want to see. Mike is a
Yeah.
member, and he used that perk himself. So,
Of course.
if you're watching on the rerun, go check out Comic Mike. Go subscribe him. Go comment. Go like his videos. He is one of the best new YouTubers that's come out in the last year, and it shows in the growth of his channel. Mike came on my channel for I think I was your first
11 months ago.
11 months ago.
I looked up on my first video and it
Mhm.
shows 11 months. So April of last year.
Yeah. So we're pretty close to 1 year for Mike.
Yeah.
If you're not doing anything after this, go check out Hall Yeah on his channel, because he's got the get together with his friends or whatever over there. And that's always a hoot. I'm going to end up there myself shortly. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. My name's Matt. I like comics, and I hope you do too.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.